Let's assume we're tasked with measuring the parcel limits in this area using our total station. We are given control points at the corners of the project area, so we can set up the TPS in the center by doing a resection. Normally, we would need to measure the control points to orientate the instrument, and then we could start collecting data. Which means, for a scenario like this, we would have to walk almost 1.5 kilometers just to get started, and then walk even more to reach the starting point of your topo. This will already take you some time and effort. Use the open setup method to progressively add controls to your setup as you move forward with your topo and finish your task with maximum efficiency. Watch this video to see how it's done. Start the setup application as usual and go to the settings. This one allows you to keep your setup open and continue adding controls later. Make sure that it is checked, and press OK. Enter a name for your setup and instrument height as usual. Select the first control point for your resection, and measure it. Note that you could even start collecting data straight away without measuring any initial control. Press Done button in F5, to indicate that you don't want to measure more control points now, but that you will do it at a later stage. Your setup is left open, and this message reminds you that more control points are needed to finish it. Go to Measure app to start collecting data, and see that a message is displayed. This message simply reminds you that your current setup is not yet complete and offers some options. Press Setup F6 to continue adding control points to your setup. Press New F3 to discard your currently open setup and start with a new one. We simply press OK to start surveying points. Since our setup is not yet finished, we will start collecting data using the last used setup and orientation. But all the observations, points, and line work will be later updated as soon as we add more control points to our setup. We have measured some plot limits, and we are ready to add a second control point to our setup. To do this, we can exit Measure and go to the Setup app, or we can simply use this hotkey and favorite to jump directly to the target measurement panel. We select the next control point we encounter along the way and measure it. Since we now have two controls, we can compute the setup coordinates and orientation. This does not mean that we cannot add further controls later to enhance our setup accuracy. So we press Yes to confirm we want to do that, and we keep on collecting data for our survey. See that now, our measured data is shown in the expected coordinates and matches the aerial imagery. We now add a third control to our resection. We use the favorite key to continue our setup, select the point from the list, and measure it. We recompute the setup, and since we have now redundancy, we can assess the quality of the residuals. We press Yes to continue our survey, but add more controls later. We finally reach our last control point, so we repeat the process. Continue Open Setup, select Control, and measure. We have a quick look at the results. The scale matches. The standard deviations are good, and the residuals are within tolerance. Since we are finished and happy with our resection results, we press No to close the resection. And we carry on and finalize our survey for the remaining plots. Once our field tasks are finished, the job can be shared with the office via Hexagon GeoCloud. Optimize your TPS survey workflow with Open Setup and Leica Captivate.